and we've got 5 o'clock. I just text her. So Trustee Yates, we can terminate, we can
Ready?
go now, or, yeah. We have enough to, we have a quorum, so we can proceed.
Okay.
You guys are, you good?
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 1,641st meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District. I get a roll call.
Yes, Trustee Wilson?
Here.
Trustee Singer?
Here.
Trustee Evans?
Here.
Trustee Yates?
Here. I get approval of the journal of the preceding meeting, December the 10th.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All vote by the usual sign.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Comments by the chair. I have about 20 pages here I need to read real quick. I was appointed to the MSD Board of Trustees by St. Louis County Executive Charlie Dooley in January of 2012. Then I was appointed again by St. Louis County Executive Steve Stinger after Dooley got out of the office. I attended my first board meeting in February of 2012. I've been 9 years as a trustee. I served 2 terms as chair, served 1 term as vice chair, and served as program management committee chair. It's been a delightful experience. I learned a lot about this company. Trustees and the staff have been good to work along with. I really enjoyed it, everybody. But effective on March 15th, 2021, I'm going to resign as a trustee of the MSD board. But I want to tell everybody it's been delightful and I enjoyed it. And it's been an honor to serve here. Okay, we'll get into reports. Board committee report. Program management. Trustee Evans.
Thank you. The Program Management Committee met on January 5th, 2021 at 7:37 a.m. The meeting was attended by Trustees Yates and Wilson and Evans, Fair, and Singer via online. The minutes of the December 1, 2020 meeting were approved. The agenda items to be introduced tonight were presented and discussed, including a detailed discussion of the following items. Ordinance number 15604, Bissell Point WWTF substation switchgear and controls replacement. Staff discussed this planned supplemental appropriation to an existing project being constructed by Goodwin Brothers Construction. The requested appropriation is $200,000 above the proposed in the budget. The funding is needed to cover additional costs during excavation. Unanticipated excessive debris was encountered during this excavation and required special excavation methods to ensure safety and plant functionality. Ordinance number 15605, Jefferson Barracks Tunnel. Staff gave a brief update on the JB.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So staff gave a brief update on the JB Tunnel project and summarized all actions taken to date. Staff reviewed options before the committee, including the option recommended by staff, which associates with the current appropriation request. This is a partial funding request for the project being constructed by SAK Construction, LLC. An additional supplemental appropriation will be required in fiscal year 2022. Staff answered questions from the committee about activities being performed under this appropriation, which include tunnel bore machine refurbishing, future boring process, probing features of the TBM, lowering of the tunnel, pros or cons of the option presented, contingency plan if water is encountered again, any contractual protections with recommended option, and MSD obligations if issues are encountered. The ordinance will be placed on the January 14, 2021 agenda for consideration. Ordinance number 15608 and 15609. Staff reviewed the details of 2 planned appropriations for engineering services during construction. The appropriations will fund the consulting services for the Harlem-Baden Phase 4 Relief Sewer, and will be performed by GS and PMO Inc. And the Louisa and Arsenal Pump Stations Upgrades Project being performed by Donahue and Associates Inc. The next committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for February 2nd, 2021. The meeting was adjourned at 8:19 a.m.
Thank you very much, Trustee Evans. Amy's not here.
Chairman, it's your choice. If you'd like to do stakeholders, I think we'll have her on by the time.
Okay, we'll do
Stakeholder
stakeholder.
report.
Okay. That'd be, Trustee Wilson, you want to do a stakeholders report?
Yes, I will, Mr. Chair. The Stakeholder Relations Committee meeting minutes, board comments report, January 5th, 2021. The Stakeholder Relations Committee met at district headquarters on Tuesday, January 5th, 2021 at approximately 8:36 a.m. Those present at the meeting included Chairperson Wilson and Trustee Yates, as well as district directors and staff, and participating via video web call were Trustee Evans, Fair, and Singer. Chairperson Wilson called roll and had no further comments, and by motion of all trustees approved the minutes of December the 1st, 2020 Stakeholder Committee meeting minutes. The first agenda item was a discussion by Susan Meyer regarding a contract renewal for state legislative consulting services. This will authorize the district to enter into the first. I'm sorry.
No, thank you, Trustee Fair. We're in the middle of the Stakeholders Committee report.
I had lost the audio while Trustee Fair was being admitted to the meeting. I don't know if Mr. Trustee Wilson stopped talking or.
Can everybody hear now?
Can everybody hear
Yeah.
now?
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, it's not necessary for him to reread it. I read it, so.
Okay, well, I'll pick up where I left off. The first agenda item was a discussion by Susan Meyer regarding a contract renewal for state legislative consulting services. This will authorize the district to enter into the first one-year renewal term with Kiner Inman LLC and is resolution number 3630 on tonight's agenda. The next agenda item was a discussion by Sean Hadley regarding a contract renewal for website development. This will authorize the district to enter into the second one-year renewal term with Dovetail and its resolution number 3628 on tonight's agenda. The next agenda item was a discussion by Sean Hadley regarding a contract renewal for public engagement services. This will authorize the district to enter into the second one-year renewal term with Standpoint Public Affairs and is resolution number 3629 on tonight's agenda. The last agenda item was a discussion by Jenny Keenstra regarding MSD's information security review. At the request of the trustees, Jenny and the IT department reviewed MSD's security systems as it relates to the technology infrastructure. Jenny provided a review of the information security program investments, MSD's security rating, and how it compares to its peers, and the development and implementation of a district-wide security awareness campaign. There's no board action required at this time, and additional updates will be provided to the trustees in coming months. The meeting was then adjourned at approximately 9:10 a.m. by Trustee Wilson. The next meeting date is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021.
Thank you, Trustee Wilson. Trustee Farrer, are you here?
I am.
Could you give us the finance report, committee report?
Okay, so this is the Finance Committee report from January 5th, 2021. The Finance Committee met on January 5th, 2021 with Trustees Fair, Singer, Yates, Evans, and Wilson in attendance. The minutes from the December 1st, 2020 meeting were approved. The first item on the agenda consisted of an update regarding the district's wastewater system revenue series 2020B bond issue by PFM and IPA, the district's financial advisors. They reviewed the bond transaction highlights and structure and discussed the pricing, rates, and the financing team involved in the transaction. In PFM's opinion, the bonds were appropriately priced, very competitive, and the terms were fair to the district. Next was a report by staff on the district's operating fund portfolio as of December 31st, 2020. Staff stated that the portfolio is in compliance with the district's investment policy. The last item on the agenda was an ordinance authorizing staff to enter into a consultant contract with Stantec Consulting Services, Inc. This project will update the inflow and infiltration cost allocation study report to be utilized for the 2023 wastewater rate proposal. This project will also include technical support during the 2023 Rate Commission proceedings. This will be ordinance number 15613 on tonight's agenda. The meeting adjourned at approximately 8:35 a.m. The next tentatively scheduled meeting is Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. This concludes the Finance Committee report.
Thank you, Trustee Furr. Okay, no executive director report. Any comments from the public? Did we get anything? Thank you. No communications. Consent agenda.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The consent agenda tonight is items 10 through 41, although I have received a request to pull item 16 for a separate vote. Is there any board member who would like to pull any other item for a separate vote? All right, hearing none, we'll first take a vote on items 10 through 15 and 17 through 41. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Fair.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
And then for our item 16, which is adoption of proposed ordinance 15576, appropriating $4 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund for the Watkins Creek Pump Station Force Main Replacement Project in St. Louis and authorizing a contract with Kolb Grading. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Fair.
Abstain.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
All right, the motion passes. All right, we'll move to ordinances, and item 42 is the first one, introduction of proposed ordinance number 15604, making a supplemental appropriation of $4.6 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for wastewater treatment plant construction in the Bissell Point Wastewater Treatment Facility, main substation, switchgear, and motor control center replacement project in the city of St. Louis. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 43 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15605, making a supplemental appropriation of $26 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for sanitary storage tunnel and Jefferson Barracks Tunnel Project in unincorporated St. Louis County. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 44 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15606, making an appropriation of $4.5 million from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for pump station improvements in the Louisiana Arsenal Pump Stations Upgrades Project in the city of St. Louis and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Tarleton Corporation. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 45 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15607, making an appropriation of $560,000 from the district-wide stormwater fund to be used for channel stabilization in the Larkwood, Jaywood, Sparrowwood Bank Stabilization Project in unincorporated St. Louis County and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with 2 Alpha Contracting. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 46 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15608, making a supplemental appropriation of $50,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design in the Harlem Baden Relief Phase 4 Trunk Sewer Rehabilitation Project in the city of St. Louis and Wellston and the village of Hillsdale, and authorizing the district to amend a contract with GS and PMO, Inc. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates.
Yes.
Item 47, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15609, making a supplemental appropriation of $300,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for design of pump station improvements in Louisiana Arsenal Pump Stations Upgrades Project in the city of St. Louis and authorizing the district to amend a contract with Donahue and Associates. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Second.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 48 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15610, appropriating $500,000 from the Sanitary Replacement Fund to be used for planning, design, and engineering during construction phase services in the SCADA system upgrade project in various locations within the district and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with EMA. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 49 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15611, appropriating $170,000 from the Operation Maintenance Construction Improvement, or OMCI, Fund of University City. The OMCI Fund of University City, $180,000 from the OMCI Fund of Maline Creek, $955,000 from the OMCI Fund of Deer Creek, and $100,000 from the OMCI Fund of Coldwater Creek to be used for design in the OMCI Stormwater Infrastructure Improvement Design Project in the cities of Brentwood, Frontenac, Glendale, Ladue, Olivet, and unincorporated St. Louis County, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with H.R. Green. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 50 is the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15612, appropriating $175,000 from the OMCI Fund of University City, $385,000 from the OMCI Fund of Deer Creek, and $140,000 from the OMCI Fund of Coldwater Creek to be used for design in the OMCI Stormwater Stream Bank Stabilization Design Project in the cities of Creve Coeur, Des Peres, Overland, and St. Anne, and authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Intuition and Logic Engineering. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
And item 51, the introduction of proposed ordinance number 15613, authorizing the district to enter into a contract with Stantec Consulting Services for professional services, rate commission support, in the infiltration and inflow cost allocation services project throughout the district service area. Is there a motion for introduction?
So moved.
So moved.
Ms. Fair?
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
All right, we'll move to resolutions, starting with item 52, the adoption of Resolution 3624, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Sheila K. Baudu for her 12 years of exemplary service to the district from February 11th, 2008 to her retirement effective January 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 53 is the adoption of Resolution 3625, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Roy S. Dreiling for his 36 years of exemplary service to the district from July 10th, 1984 to his retirement effective January 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Adoption of Resolution 3626, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation to Stephen R. Oster for his 31 years of exemplary service to the district from July 24th, 1989 to his retirement effective January 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 55, the adoption of Resolution 3627, expressing the Board of Trustees' appreciation of Michael L. Wagner for his 35 years of exemplary service to the district from November 12th, 1985 to his retirement effective January 1st, 2021. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 56 is the adoption of Resolution 3628 to exercise option year 2 of a contract previously authorized by Ordinance 15096, adopted January 10, 2019, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Dovetail to provide professional assessment, planning, design, and implementation services for a revision of the MSD public website. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
Item 57, the adoption of Resolution 3629 to exercise option year 2 of a contract previously authorized by Ordinance 15112, adopted January 10, 2019, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Standpoint to provide public outreach, engagement, and communication services for the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Fair.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
And item 58, the adoption of Resolution 3630 to exercise option year 1 of the contract previously authorized by Ordinance 15326, adopted December 12, 2019, that authorized the district to enter into a contract with Kaina Iman LLC to provide lobbying services with the Missouri legislature for the district. Is there a motion for adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Fair?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. Singer?
Yes.
Mr. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Yates?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Chair, there is no other business to be brought before the board tonight.
Okay, thank you. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.